Yo, what's up, music lovers? My name is Matt, and you are now tuned in to Highly Recommended, where we talk about music. This is all about music discovery. What I'm doing today is a video on a band from New Jersey. Yes, that's right, Newark, New Jersey. The band goes by the name of Troubleman. So we're going to do a little question and answer session to get to know the band better. And as you already know, I got some exclusive footage of the band jamming together. So stick around and check the whole thing out. And now, without further ado, the band Troubleman.
Hello, I am Fabio, and I play the bass.
I'm Carlos, and I play the guitar, rhythm.
And I'm also Carlos, and
Carlos,
I play the drum. Yeah, man.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
For real, man.
I'm Pedro, and I do some leads. I play some guitar, and I do some back vocals, helping Carlos out.
He does everything.
Actually, he's the main vocalist, so
My
the man of the
man.
house.
My man.
It's nice to meet you, Fabio, Carlos, and Pedro. And now that we know the members of the band, maybe you could share with me a little bit about how the band was formed.
We are originally from Portugal. We met in the city of Newark. Our influences begin in Portugal, but obviously we all grew up in this era of the 90s and 2000s with a lot of grunge, a lot of American music, and we are in the reggae scene of today, which is amazing.
The original project was Fabio, Carlos, and Pedro.
Yeah.
They started jamming, and then they really realized that they had really good tunes.
A lot of drum
wanted-
machine.
Yeah, they used a drum machine, but they had some ideas that they wanted to bring to life and make it pop. I was actually working and playing with another band that Fabio recorded, and he thought of me shortly after to just, lay some drums on these tracks. And then from there, I guess we all felt that it was so good that inevitably, they were very kind. Invited me if I wanted to join the band, and how can I say no with these amazing producers?
It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been the same if it was without a drummer. So
Carlos has been a dear friend for a while,
Of course.
Yeah, we're already friends. We already knew.
It was easy because they had the same name.
Super
so
easy.
it's-
Yes,
Yeah, we're both cars.
we even bet on it.
plus one
You got two Carlos for us.
for the price of one.
For the price of one.
Yeah.
Yo, I like that. You got two Carlos for the price of one. So it's clear that you guys are all really good friends, and that's awesome. Now that we know a little bit about how you formed, how did you come up with the name Troubleman?
Whatever you say, don't get us in trouble.
Yeah,
Please.
So
Don't
there's
get us in
people,
trouble, man.
there's people that always
No,
lucky,
man.
and they always get away with.
Don't get us in trouble, man.
They always get away
Please.
with everything on
Please, don't tell anybody.
on a flip side, but it turns out, that's not our case. Every bad thing we do, we always get in trouble.
Like you said, Pedro, some people just always seem to get in trouble. But you know what? I bet you got some really good stories, don't you? So now I want to know a little bit about the influences. Who do you draw inspiration from to make the music that you make?
Myself, I kind of always been stuck with a lot of the reggae stuff since the beginning with Sublime, and a lot of ska music as well, but also loved always Rage Against the Machine. I went through a lot of that bands in the 90s and the early 2000s, and that's, I'm a big fan of Clutch. That kind of have nothing to do with what influences me, but that groove and the thing is, but also it's big gypsy music that I've learned to love and listen regularly.
This probably comes as no surprise, but I also love Sublime, and I love Rage Against the Machine. I don't really know Clutch, so I better go check them out. And you got me curious with this gypsy music thing, so I'm going to go check out what gypsy music is all about too.
My range of bands that I like goes from Tool to electronic music. I'm a big drum and bass guy. I also like some good house music. Within the specific reggae genre, my influences go from Sizzla to more modern, like Gentleman. Also in Portugal, there was a band that influenced me a lot when I was young called Primitive Reason.
Yeah,
I did a lot of that fusion of African beats and stuff. So I like to have a band that we have a specific sound, but my influences are not necessary. I don't spend all my time listening to what's going on in the reggae scene nowadays, because I also want to make sure that it's my approach, and I don't want to try to mimic any of the modern reggae drummers that are out there doing great work, but I try to stick to my my influences in a very raw way.
Now, I like what you just said there, Carlos, about not trying to be like anybody else or trying to mimic anybody. It's good that you listen to all sorts of music because you could take all those styles, like you said, blend them together into something that sounds good to you and make it truly unique for your music.
Hey, listen, I grew up with the grunge. I grew up with the grunge, the grunge scene, and when I started playing bass, I switched from guitar to bass. I jumped into reggae right away, and of course, everybody's influenced by Bob Marley and all. But yeah, I agree with him. We had Sublime that kind of brought up that whole, switched the whole reggae into the American reggae scene, and it influenced me into, from that point on, just to start sticking with reggae and reggae. And then you start discovering, reggae's not just Bob Marley, you got ska.
It's that
you know
Eric
what I mean?
Wilson baseline.
Yeah, exactly. And then it gets us to this point now, like the last 10 years, that the American reggae scene is amazing. And for me, what's influencing me now is all these bands out there right now that's just writing great records, Stick Figure,
I think that's
Iration, all these guys, even Sublime with Rome, they're still out. Sublime's still out there playing, and of course the Elevators come out with a great record now, and they're right now it's really
that American reggae scene.
It's really huge. We call ourselves a reggae band or a ska band or a rock band. It's hard to depict what we are, but
it's whatever comes out.
it's whatever comes out.
Yeah, it's whatever the song asks.
He's a pretty genuine approach. Yeah.
I feel you on that when you say we don't necessarily call ourselves a reggae band or we call ourselves this or that, because you can't always generalize a particular style of music into one genre. It might be influenced by all sorts of styles. But like you said, the scene around this type of music is amazing. It's growing, and I'm glad that you guys are a part of it.
Well, I try not to listen to nothing that's done nowadays. I keep going back and listen to stuff that's done 70s, 60s, 50s, stuff like that. I try to go back instead of, like all my friends over here, try to find out what's new, which is great. I love that approach. Every song they go, oh, we should listen to this, and every song's amazing. But I try to go back to the bare minimum that was done back in the 50s with only 4 tracks on a recording studio, and listen to that talent because it was pretty raw. I listen to a lot of Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin.
You're also big into punk.
So. Yeah, sure. Like 80s punk in the 90s. It kind of like saved me from a big depression because I couldn't stand anything else that was going on with punk.
Pedro, I can really appreciate that. Looking back in the history books of music is important because how do you understand the style of music that we're at today without looking back at the history of where it came from? It's really cool to hear about all your different musical influences. Clearly you listen to a diverse range of music, and that shows when you listen to your music. How is it being a band that plays this style of music in New Jersey? What's the scene like out there?
When we think of reggae in the States, we think of California. In New Jersey, we've played with bands like the Expendables that were actually here touring from California. We also got to play with some East Coast international acts like the Slackers. But in general, it's not that we're influenced by a very vibrant scene. We just happen to genuinely like the style of music. Naturally gravitate around certain venues that are looking for that kind of style.
Yeah, it feels right.
And it's not that we're very inspired by a gigantic local scene, but we still give our contribution, and I don't really think we have the most traditional reggae sound. I mean, it's a fusion, and it comes from various influences.
It's nice to know that you guys got venues that are supporting you, and even if the music style that you play isn't necessarily as mainstream in Jersey as it is in California, for example, it's nice to know that you guys are bringing contributions to it. And when bands are touring, like you said, maybe you get on stage with them. And I can't tell you how many times I've been to a show and the opening act was somebody I'd never heard of, but they really impressed, and then I left as a new fan. And it's a great way for you guys to get exposure. Now, while we're on the topic of Jersey, I've never been there. So I'm curious, what are the things that you guys like most about living in Jersey? Are there any negatives?
New Jersey is a BBPP state, which is the best beaches, best beer, best people, and best pizza. And that's it.
One thing that I would say, maybe on a more negative note, I guess the winters are kind of harsh, but I guess through our music, we're bringing the sunny
Don't be
part.
negative.
It's a melting pot, a lot of cultures, which makes New Jersey great to live in. It's a beautiful thing, and that's what we've been.
And a lot of those
living and
influences come
on.
from, you know,
So,
Jersey's great.
yeah,
These
I think
mixed
it's great.
cultures, yeah.
Great state, and we love being here. And
The
you know,
beaches are amazing.
yes.
Let's go, Garden State.
Yeah, the Garden State. That's right.
You guys gotta come down here.
Yo, you guys had me at beaches. Outside of playing music, are there other things that you guys are really into?
Me first. I make beer, which everybody loves. I'm a home brewer. Love it.
Yeah, we
Brew
kind of
kitchen.
we kind of appreciate
Fabio's
that
Brew
here.
Kitchen. Woo!
Yeah, we kind of appreciate that, Fabio. That's
Brew
kind of
Kitchen's
a good thing of
doing
being in this band.
alright.
I don't know, hobbies. I play kind of my hobby is playing guitar and
You got chickens at
making
home,
music.
bro.
Oh yeah, I have chickens and ducks and that's a lot of eggs at home. And I kind of spend some of my time taking care of the chickens, and it kind of gives me some peace. But besides that, just playing music is my thing.
Although you can't really tell, but by the size of my round belly, I'm also into, when I have time, I'm also into practicing mixed martial arts.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're into making beer. Or
No, I'm
drinking.
into drinking.
Oh, drinking beer. What's this?
Oh, that's skateboarding.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a big,
what you do too.
I've always been a big skater. When I was 16, I was sponsored by one of the major brands back in Europe. Lately, I'm just, rock and rolling with my friends.
Building
No,
things.
Pedro's always building something.
He's always
at home.
building.
I always tinkering
He's always building
about
a deck
building.
or a ramp or a skateboard, or he's always
Yes,
building.
I do have a mini ramp on my backyard.
If you ever catch us live, he built his own pedal board. So
Take a look.
check it out. Take a look.
That's a pretty diverse range of hobbies amongst you guys. Now let's get back to the music. I want to hear more about your live shows. Tell me more about your gigs.
We just had one in Las Vegas at the Sphere. You two opened up
noticed?
for us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We said strictly no cameras allowed. That's why there's no
no
footage
phones.
up there.
There's
no
people
footage.
like
There's no
recording with a
B-roll
phone.
up
How
there.
dare you? But
Yeah.
joking
No.
apart.
Seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
On a serious note,
On a serious note, we play we do our local scene. We like to
Festivals, mostly.
we like to do stick to festivals and anything within the reggae scene. But we played New York clubs, and we played a cool show with Mahali. It was awesome. We got to meet him. Really cool show. And then he closed out the night. He had an amazing night.
Yeah.
Rocked the stage, because that seems to be like the norm these days, to be involved into these huge festivals and stay within the scene, of summer outside and all that. But
And the feedback is always great.
but being in New Jersey, with our winters along, so we're a reggae band in the summer and a punk band in the winter.
listen, the Beastie Boys went from
keep
punk
you
rock to
That's
hip-hop.
right.
Hey.
That's right.
Also, we're talking about a lot of the local scene, and yes, we proudly represent the local Jersey scene, if you want to call it. But we also have an ongoing tradition of playing in Arizona as well. So
Yeah.
we also have
Thank you, guys.
Well, we are gonna go see you guys maybe in Florida. Stay tuned, maybe by the end of the year. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yep.
We're working on
I
that.
think
We're working on
January.
that. Or
Not the
January.
end of the year, but January.
December or January. Yeah.
Depending on a date.
We'll let you guys know.
I love that you can go to a festival in a specific location. Like, for example, when I went to California Roots, you can go from stage to stage all day long and check out all the bands. It's a whole different experience than just catching one band at your local venue. So I'm with you. Festivals, that's where it's at. So let's get back to your music. I know you guys just released the song Fastlane, and that's getting some traction. I see the streams are going up. Can we expect new music anytime soon? You got anything in the works?
Hell yeah, of course
Hell
we
yeah,
are.
yeah.
We're always working.
Absolutely.
We're
Got
working
some
on
good stuff coming up.
We're working on something new right now. We're probably going to release it in a couple months, maybe a little less. We'll hope, but definitely before the end of the year. A couple songs
Yeah.
we're going to
We're
release.
not looking for quantity. We want quality.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
when it's ready to come out, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yo, it's awesome to hear you guys got new music in the works, and I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that when that comes out. Now, that was the end of my questions, guys. Is there anything else you want to share before we wrap this up?
Yes, we have a fifth Beatle. Come on, Bruno, come here. This is Bruno. This is our own K-Bong right here. And I mean KB because it's keyboards and his name is Bruno. So it's KB right here. He plays our keys. He's been with us for a while. And
Phenomenal.
He's awesome at what he does, and he's, you know, always catch him on the side.
We're having a great time making new songs with him. Awesome.
And this is my uncle, just so you guys know, it's my uncle. This is why I'm here.
We were waiting for him to grow up and be old enough to play with us.
He's a good-looking one.
It's a generational switch for us.
But music has none of that. It's all about what you can bring onto the table.
Yeah, so if you guys out there, when you see us, our pictures, always think that there's a fifth guy, and pretty soon you're going to see a lot more of him, because he's also
an artist.
Thank you.
He's also an artist. He's his own artist, so follow him. Follow him.
He has amazing stuff on
Bruno
his own.
Silva,
Yeah.
that's his name, and that's it. Thank you so much for having us. This is Troubleman. Hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Come see us
Love
out
you.
there.
Thank you.
And Matt, thank you for having us and doing this. So hope you have great success on this channel that you're starting. So
Great,
awesome,
Matt.
man.
Thank you.
That
Don't
was
forget
cool.
to follow us
Thanks,
at
dude.
Troubleman Band.
Troubleman out.
Troubleman, you guys are awesome for agreeing to do this. For the people watching, make sure you find them on Facebook, find their music on Spotify or wherever you stream. Get on YouTube, follow them there. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video. They're Troubleman. They come highly recommended. Stick around for the jam session at the end of the video. Peace.
It's a wild, wild world that we're living in. Take me to a place where I've never been. Never, never say you will never let go your ways. You and I together are the light of every day. Get ready for the good times. Whoa, whoa. Yeah. No matter where you go, whoa, whoa, yeah. We got nobody else to blame, whoa, yeah. Driving on a fast lane, whoa, nobody knows. Such a long, long run, I know how to fly. It's such a reason, but you really, really don't know why. Looking for the answer, I'll be looking right into your eyes. You and I together, with the moon on bare skies. Get ready for the good times. Whoa. Yeah. No matter where you go, whoa, yeah. Nobody else to blame, whoa, yeah. Driving on a fast lane, whoa, nobody knows. Stuck in the middle, I'm stuck in the riddle. You make your own troubles, you make your own funeral. Life can be hard, oh you don't say. We do this in the morning, we do this every day. Stuck in the middle, stuck in the middle. I'm doing my own troubles, you make your own funeral. Life can be say, go your way.